And I'll tell you another thing.
I've been waiting. Is it Festivus? Because I got some grievances to air out. I got lots of grievances.
Boy.
I can't believe you said that, James.
I know, right?
I
Did we
can
get it
believe
all
he
on tape?
I
I
can
I
believe you
can
said it.
1000% he said it. 100%.
Oh,
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to This Week in Barbecue, the barbecue focused podcast with hot news and even hotter takes. I am your host, Rasheed Philips, and either side of me right now.
Bryan Hull, Misfits
There we
Barbecue.
go. And
James Welch.
there it is, ladies and gentlemen. We got a fun, just laid back episode for you guys. We got a little bit of news. We got big fish buying even bigger fish. We've got
Mm-hmm.
festival recaps, some questions, and there's some shots getting fired in Atlanta. And I know that's not breaking news to anyone who resides in Atlanta.
I was like,
but
what you down at Lennox?
in this case, it is of the culinary variety. So we're going to have some fun because I want y'all to know more than anything, we are fair and we are equal opportunity hands. It's express over in this bitch. Everybody can get them. Call us Allstate, the podcast that gives and gives even more.
You're in good hands.
Exactly. Real good hands. But as now officially tradition, we are going to start the show off as we have become accustomed to with Big Sexy letting us know what's the national day.
Well, you know what? First of all, I want to say thank you guys for being flexible. I know we were supposed to shoot this yesterday, but I'm kind of glad we didn't. Not because I got stuck at, something else, but yesterday's day of the week or national day was National Turkey Neck Soup Day. What am I supposed to do with that? What's turkey neck soup?
Apparently make a soup with turkey.
Man, listen, I struggle with that one. I was just like, what am I supposed to do with turkey necks? But so scratch that. Today's day, National Tater Day. That hits hard. That hit hard,
I can
right?
get down with taters.
You know what? And the thing that I found out, which is crazy, there is over 200 varieties of potato in the U.S. alone. 200 different varieties. Like Kroger ain't got that.
No, they no. But hey, Buford Highway does. I'll let you know.
You know what?
150 of them.
Oh, it's crazy. And then across the globe, 4,000 types of potatoes. 4,000 like it. Y'all look like it ain't news to y'all, but it was news to me. Like I ain't noticed that many varieties of potato.
No.
I grew up in the ghetto. You had a potato. It wasn't until I got married until I realized it was russet and all sorts of other red potatoes, purple potatoes,
Yukon, gold Yukon,
Yukon gold,
reds, purple. You got
If you did one potato every day for the 4,000 different types, it would take you over 11 years to eat all the potatoes.
That's crazy.
You know,
that's a lot of starch.
That is someone's future Instagram series. I'm doing a different potato a day. Making a different potato dish and never duplicating it.
That's impossible.
I didn't even think you could do that.
I feel like you do something.
You probably get pretty close,
Get real close, but you'd have to get creative as all get out. So somebody out there listening, run it and tag us so we can follow along.
Easy to eat it raw. It's a potato, just crunching on it.
That's
well,
what I do.
My last thing to say about that, because I got to throw in a big back fact, is that the largest potato, 10 pounds, 14 ounces. That's a big ass baby. 10 pound, one potato, 10 pounds, 14 ounces.
What was that?
From a dude named Peter out the UK.
In the UK, I was thinking Idaho or Iowa or whatever, or something, one of them Midwest type things.
Nah, you don't have to buy bag potatoes, you just buy one.
Yeah,
one big ass. Imagine peeling that.
I actually, now that you said that, I want to do the culinary math on how many potatoes are in a bag of potato chips. Because I feel like it's not even one potato per bag. I feel like the way they pumping that nitrogen air in there, I feel like it's more like a third of a potato per bag of chips these days.
Yeah, and all the chemicals in the chips. You ain't even eating. It's 10% potato.
It's potato flakes.
Yeah,
Potato flakes.
exactly.
We're serving you a bag of potato dandruff.
Oh man. But I was much happier with today's day. Taters, everybody loves them. You could do a million things with, well, maybe not a million things with them, but you could do a lot with them. And the variety it's astounding. 4,000. I'm gonna have to do some research. Make a freaking what do you call it? The periodic table of potato.
Hey, we keep dropping these banger ideas, man. I keep telling you, we keep dropping these banger ideas. Don't let that one go over your head. The periodic table of potatoes.
Ooh, see,
That just
along with the
that
big fat
alliteration.
calendar.
That alliteration just rolls, man. You know what I'm saying?
But we'll be back next week with the next national day. But go out and get yourself some French fries and some baked potatoes or mashed
What,
potatoes or
what gets me
something.
is I didn't see any fast food talking about this. Hey, come get some spuds on us, right?
That's
Like
because they ain't serving
that's an
potatoes.
idea I have for a joint. It's just called spuds, and it ain't nothing but fries with crazy toppings on it. Because I feel like the
Ooh.
potato is the most underutilized cooking vessel. I think I was talking to Elliot this past weekend about it. I was like, hey man, I need you to put some more potatoes on that menu because y'all in the slide.
Ah.
Gotta have them fixins.
You gotta have them
Ooh.
fixins. The fixins. Come with
Fixins.
spuds and top it with your fixins.
I can't even remember the potato concept that they tried to make in Eastbound and in the mall.
Oh, I don't recall. I
It
don't
was like
recall.
the last season. Something about
Ah.
fixins.
Well, what do you got for us, Brian? Man, what do you? I know what you got, but I you know
Oh no,
anytime I get to
we'll start with other stuff. First of all, I'm wearing the Zavala's hat. I wore it
shout
by
out to you.
accident like a couple weeks ago, and Huey showed up and he was in a sloppy Juan hat. Then I wore it on Joe Zavala's birthday, which this is why I'm doing this. So happy belated 40th birthday to Joe Zavala. If you want to give him a good birthday gift, go look up the Zavala Family Foundation and make a donation to that. He would love that as
Yes.
a birthday gift. But
Hell
one of
yeah.
the best guys in barbecue. So rocking the Zavala's hat. Some other good folks
Hey.
in barbecue are going through a little bit of a hard time. Back at the end of February, Miller's Smokehouse had a fire, causing
Yeah.
them to shut down. Last week they reopened as a food truck. So if you're
Okay.
out around Belton, Texas, go support Miller's Smokehouse. Go get some Muscovy coffee and Muscovy. I'm pronouncing it wrong. Muscovy, and then go over and get some Miller's Smokehouse. And it's a more limited menu and it's limited hours, but go support the food truck that they set up outside the restaurant.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Sounds good. We're wishing them all the best, and you know, four wheels beats four burnt walls any day. So I'm glad they're
You know
still in it.
what? Yeah. And I'm wearing my Texas hat for support. Let's get it.
There it is. In our prayer. I've got a since we're in the restaurant news, we're talking big fish buying bigger fish. Cisco's just fucking it up for everybody. I'm gonna lead with that.
Mhm.
Cisco just acquired Restaurant Depot. Now, there's some people who are listening like, why is that a bad thing? Well, if you listen to a couple of episodes back where we talked about Cisco sort of making all food taste the same, everything's
Mhm.
coming, you know, frozen, bagged, and tagged. It's all coming from Cisco. They bought the one option a smaller units and individuals had, which was Restaurant Depot. We've talked about Restaurant Depot like they pay to keep the lights on here. Um, but now Cisco owns them. So I personally feel that they are going to do what they have done with other acquisitions, and that is cannibalize the hell out of Restaurant Depot,
Mhm.
make unnecessary cuts, pump up the numbers, overcharge on things, change the membership program, and then we, the small cats that utilize it, suffer, right? I've been with Restaurant Depot since I started the
Mhm.
business, since I was doing pop-ups, right? That just getting supplies, paper goods, all that jazz from there. So I personally hate to see it. We still do a lot of business with Restaurant Depot. We still get our proteins and our mass dried goods and such from there, our fresh
Yeah,
produce and such.
a lot of
I'm a
paper goods, a lot of cheese.
Oh,
lot of paper goods,
Yeah,
a lot of paper goods.
everything. I mean,
I mean,
outside of that, you can buy anything, like all your meal prep, your bins, your baskets, your everything from restaurant, and the membership is free.
Yeah,
eh,
which I promise you, Cisco's going to change that.
if
Absolutely.
It may
if
not
they
be
screw
12
up the
months or
pepper,
24.
if they screw up the pepper, I'm done. The
They
pepper,
screwed the
like
pepper.
low
That's
key
right. They do
from
have good
Restaurant
pepper.
Depot, is awesome.
Yeah,
Like it's
yeah,
super floral.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. And so that's what I'm worried about. I really feel as though Restaurant Depot, excuse me, Cisco is going to go ahead and replace some of the vendors that Restaurant Depot has with cheaper ones just because it makes profit. Just because it makes profit doesn't mean it makes sense.
Right.
And we are going to be the ones that end up ultimately suffering when this finally comes through, right? That's not, yeah. And it's wild because this they tried to do this a couple years back, acquire another large entity, and they were shut down. So I don't know how they let it slide and got Restaurant Depot. I don't know how Cisco was able to make that happen,
Yeah.
but only time can tell what how bad this affects us, and maybe in turn it will drive even more of the small businesses to go even smaller for their goods. And like us, luckily we have Buford Highway. Hopefully every city or state has some rendition of that to keep them afloat. But this will have an impact. I this will have an impact. We just haven't seen it yet.
Absolutely.
I mean, we're
Absolutely.
lucky because we got Buford Highway and a Cab Farmers Market.
That's true.
Yeah.
Very true. Not to
Yeah.
mention all the Asian markets in between and shops. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's my little bit. Um,
But Restaurant Depot, it's just all over the country though. I mean, and it's you
what,
know,
I believe they said
I know
155 locations in 35 states.
I know that I probably wouldn't have had some of the success that I've had if I had to go to like a commercial name brand, like pay for membership, you
Mhm.
know, supplier, right?
Yeah,
You like I said, you apply, you get your EIN, you go on the Restaurant Depot site, and yeah, come on in, brother, buy what you need, and it just whenever I went, it also felt like even though you see people all the time, it was almost like a community because all the small guys are in there like hustling and bustling, right? It felt different, right?
yeah.
It just feels different.
Restaurant Depot still had grapes with seeds in them. You know, like can we talk about that? How they just slowly phased out grapes with seeds. Hey, shocker, people listening. Bananas are supposed to have seeds too. Y'all just may not recognize that, but that's a whole conversation for a different day. But Restaurant Depot still had food, you know,
Yeah,
at really good prices if you are in the industry. That's the crazy part too. Like it's I hate to see it. I'm not happy about this one at all.
yeah,
Um, but that's the game. That's the game. That's
yeah.
the world and time we're living in.
Things are just going to continue to get more and more expensive because the more that you put in the hands of these larger corporations, they're just going to rake you over the coals, man. They don't care.
Oh,
Because if they're the only supplier, you got to buy from them.
you ain't got no choice.
The
You got to buy from
enshittification continues.
The shitification continues. Yeah, we got a lot of shirts to make, man.
Enshittification.
them.
It
Yeah,
just
I stole that term. I did not come up with that one.
yeah,
it's okay.
we'll credit
You
whoever did.
borrowed.
Yeah.
Credit whoever did.
You
Uh,
borrowed it, you know?
one little other bit of news. What do I got here for us? I'll save that for after Brian goes on his rant.
Oh, jeez.
Actually, that's it for me then. That's it for my news, except for my rant stuff. So I'm gonna close out mine stuff with the rant. What do you got for us, Titan?
Who, me? Yeah, man. Listen.
You got
Oh,
to do it
was it
before
on?
we go on our rant.
Yeah. Hey, you remember there was a time a while back where when we first well, I was first starting out and I was helping with a pop-up. It was Rasheed and I at one of the breweries here. And I remember talking to one of the staff guys and he was just like, "Hey, I don't trust you." And he kind of pointed to Rasheed and we were kind of joking around and it was just like, "Well, why?" And it was just like, "Well, you don't really picture the pitmaster." Because then he looked at me and my, ample frame.
We were at I'm not
And
even
he
going
was
to
just,
say the
It had to
brewery
be
name
pontoon. It would
because
have to be
I
pontoon.
know I
well,
remember the event and I
yeah,
remember where
right?
we're at, but I'm not going to say the brewery name because
I did.
fuck
I
those
heard you
guys.
did.
Oh, you did? Oh,
Hopefully you
but
talked
it,
over it and no one heard it, but I did.
good.
yeah, right. but but then I had me thinking, I was sitting there and it just kind of reminiscing about just good old days where meat was cheap and smoke was bellowing. but
Amen. Preach. Preach.
But then I got me thinking about, the myth of the trustworthy belly. Like, yeah, I've seen food, videos where they talk about, from a cultural perspective, if auntie in the kitchen and she ain't got that little waddle under her
Mm-hmm.
arm, I ain't
That,
eating the
that
food.
that bus driver
Right?
elbow.
See? And that kind of goes the same for like a pit master, like wondering where did that myth come from? Because if a pit master doesn't look like me, do you trust the food? But then a pitmaster could look like Rasheed, and you be burning all day. Brian, you over here with me, buddy.
I know.
You might
I'm
fall somewhere in the middle because you're on the journey, and my journey is on CP time. So we'll we'll
No,
catch up sometime at end
I'm
of
getting both of
July.
y'all over here with me in next 18 months. Don't even worry about it. That's the move.
Mm-mm.
Hey,
I don't.
James
Hey, no,
watched
I'm
me eat a
not. If
salad.
y'all, first off, if y'all think you can escape this relationship with death, you crazy. I'm gonna jump right behind you. All right,
Well, I mean, no one escapes death. Like that's the thing. So it's coming at
Right.
some point.
No matter how good your brisket is, you can slice it up for him, but he's still coming to get you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit him with that. And this is definitely aging us, but I'm gonna hit him with that Bill and Ted. I'm gonna challenge him to chess, challenge him to a brisket off or an on sale off. Let's go.
Cook him
Uh,
to a cook off.
because I'm not that good a fiddle player.
I can tap the hell out of a big toe though, but ain't no
Yeah.
fiddles around here.
I got some spoons I could hook up with, but you know, but
James did watch me eat a salad. I will say that before you got on. James watched me eat a salad.
All right, that's the content that people want to see. They want to see
I
us
know,
eating.
right? That's
We'll
okay. That's
turn
gonna
this
be on the B reel.
we'll turn this into a mukbang. We're just gonna be all eating stuff. I'm gonna eat a copious amount of arugula, no dressing, just raw dog and arugula. Just
Could I at least have some lemon juice on it, man?
no,
It's just
nah,
Nope.
come on, just it
going
needs to go
going root,
down easy.
going
But
root.
the big man pitmaster, I mean, you see him all the time, even on barbecue competition shows. It's like
Mm-hmm.
the big apron, the towel over the shoulder, leaning over the pit like it owes you money, and it's just like you don't gain weight by cooking barbecue. You just gain weight by checking your work. you dot your I's and cross your T's and things, and you give samples out, and I don't know. It's just one of these things where if you look like you've been eating good, then chances are you probably have been around some good food, right?
That's true. And let's be honest, it's flipped. Now, fellas, when you out there and you see a little thick joint, right? I'm like, oh, I know she eating. Like,
Mm,
I know she eating, right? And I know she cooking. Because you don't get like that by not eating.
right?
You know what
That's
I'm
what I'm
saying?
saying.
But
That's
and
what
then
I'm
you see a
saying.
little twig walking by, like, dang, I want to buy her a sandwich. Because now I can't be with you because we both gonna starve.
Please, girl, eat something.
We both can't be hungry together. All right. Somebody gotta eat. It can't just be me.
Yeah,
But no, I
but
don't
it's
know where that actually I think it was a part of advertising, if I'm not mistaken, back in the day, the heavier set characters.
yeah,
When you go back to like those racist as fuck Disney cartoons where they were portraying Mammy in the kitchen, um, cooking up, they made her very big and rotund. And when you saw the nannies and the caretakers of the master's children, they were always bigger, heavier set women that were just a product of they'd let
mm,
them get pregnant so that they can feed their their children, their own children. So
yeah,
the black man would get pregnant and then use her milk for the white kids. Like that's not me making it up. That is just what happened.
yeah. It's
Uh,
history.
so it's been long going. At some point, that translated into our craft, but
Yeah,
the heavier, more rotund. What is the gosh? It's the something of Venus that is a statue. One of the first statues they found, which is this rotund woman statue that is supposed to be like the goddess of Venus or something. I'm gonna pull it up now because it's gonna bother me. But that was supposed to be like the best ideal shape of of health and nutrition. Yeah, I'm pulling it up now because I'm going crazy.
You know what? That does bring up a good point because I remember reading it somewhere, and I don't know because I don't read often, but I did read somewhere that back in the day, like back in the medieval, maybe a little further in the future than medieval, that you know being rotund was actually a sign of wealth
Yeah.
because you had the ability to eat,
Hmm.
and maybe it all kind of stemmed from in some weird way that it just leaked over where you know if you're not if you're not a round boy, then maybe you should get up off the grill. But I
Yeah.
have to do say that that's changing though, right? Because as the well, no, listen, but as the craft goes global, I mean, Korean barbecue chefs maybe lean, a little leaner, a little outdoorsy.
Yeah.
You go down to Argentina, there are usually not that big. You know, um, street vendors, barbecue vendors moving around all day. So I mean, it's kind of changed. I don't know. It was kind of funny when I was sitting there just thinking about the perception, of bigger guys being able to, you know, man the grill, and you can trust them to cook something delicious because of their
No.
size.
Yeah. I don't know. You're not wrong. And for those who are probably yelling into their speakers, yes, I found it. It's the Venus of Willendorf. Is the voluptuous ancient figurine that is she been eating good. She got that back, that front, all top to bottom, all around there.
Sides.
Yeah. She's the old school Cracker Barrel buffet before noon. She got them all. Everything you need plus some. And with the legs, she's a walking to go plate. But that was the figurine. So being rotund, being just bigger, has always just been affiliated or associated with food or eating well or well off
Yeah.
in some way, shape, or form. But sadly, what that has done for our craft is it sort of put that positive yet negative connotation with us that you have to be bigger to be in barbecue, which I'm doing my best to try to shift. You don't have to be bigger. And I'm not body shaming anybody because there are big boys on the line right now that's 375 that can move faster than I can. I just want
Absolutely.
people to be well and be healthy. And there's a huge difference because our job, depending on it, has times where you can be rather sedentary or you can be very active, right?
Yeah.
It's the lifestyle. I'm perfect segue. I'm God, I've been on the road weeks and weeks. I'm just getting back from um Florence, South Carolina, right? Doing the Florence wine and food event out there. Marvelous City. I was out there with Elliot, the man himself, 100 Gram, Mr. Rodney Scott, Sean Brock, so many other amazingly talented cats. And it's early mornings, long nights, little sleep, rinse and repeat type of thing. It's very easy to have your health fall off on something like that. Very, very easy.
Yeah. Well, for the skinny dudes out there, I'm not poo pooing you. I know some of y'all can cook.
Oh
It's
yeah.
all right.
Oh yeah.
It's all
And
right.
and Brian and Brian Furman and I, we've talked about this.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because people
Yeah.
are like, you can't trust a skinny chef. And I don't know if anyone's looked at B. B is very small.
He
He's a
is.
thin guy.
Yeah.
But that man be throwing down briskets like you wouldn't believe. Briskets, hogs, whatever it's got to be. Killing it.
Hey. Oh,
Just saying. Can we finally get evil Brian now? Can we? I got to come up with what is your Stefan name? What is it? Does it have to start with a B for alliteration? Because Urkel's version didn't, with Stefan. Maybe, I don't
Byron.
know. No,
Byron.
Darius. We're going to call him Darius.
No, Byron. It's still the same
Byron's
letters.
too close to Brian. And we already got one black Byron, and that's Byron Allen. We don't need no
Okay. All
confusion. We
right.
need Darius. Let
Well,
let let
you
let
want the
Darius out.
I mean, there's two things,
Yeah,
right?
let's do it.
One's not really a rant. This is more of a thing of that social media doesn't tell the full story or whatever. You know what I'm
Okay.
talking about, Rasheed? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You want to start it off?
I will start the segment. So this new segment we just came up with 2 seconds ago is called Darius's Dark Side, where Darius comes out and shares what he just does not partake. Now, what we're referencing here is a dope episode by our brothers Down Under, maybe ish. Yeah,
Yeah, they're down
and
under.
they had a great episode highlighting what they call the gods of sausage. We could work on the title. We're going to run one, um, and I'm going to let you guys know what we're going to call our series that we're going to put together, because you guys had this, but it's too late now. We're going to run with it. We're calling it Links of Legend. You see how easy that was? Boom, that alliteration rolled off the tongue. We're going to talk, guys. I'm going to help you out with these titles, but we're going to run our very own Links of Legend list. They had their gods of sausage, and that list was comprised of various pitmasters whose main get down, their main specialty in some instances is, or majority of the instances, is sausage.
It was beyond pitmasters though too, because there was a
Yeah,
lot of butchers too.
a lot of butchers. There were a fair
Yeah.
amount of
Okay.
butchers
Yeah.
mentioned in
Yeah.
there. And within that, there was some categorization. There was some mentions, but I personally think the list could have been switched up. Darius also thinks that the list should have been switched up, so we're gonna let Darius speak.
Look, I'm
Darius?
not. Oh, no, okay. Here's the thing. Like, well, it's funny is shout out to Dom of Dom's Craft Snags. He also
Yeah,
a big Don's meat. So Dom at Don's. It's not really confusing at all.
not at
Um,
all.
but the reason why you thought I was on the list was Dom mentioned, kind of did a shout out. We did a recipe exchange a couple of years ago. Might have been, was it last year? Last year. So I did his English Cumberland breakfast sausage or yeah, and he did the Waffle House link version of it. So they one of the links he chose to highlight on that show, like because they submitted everything, was that. And then he told me I was just chatting back and forth. He's like, I voted for you, by the way. Uh, but what I wanted to say was like. It's the way of like if you just scroll through Instagram, even back to Secret Pint days. There's another thing, but even back to
Yeah,
Secret Pint days, I never talked about myself in the first person. Like I always talked about Secret Pint as we. I also didn't put my face out there like at all. I didn't do snap videos. I didn't do anything. So if you just scroll Secret Pint, unless you show up and know it's one person um, that was basically doing everything, it's presented as like it's a concept with multiple people. And it's the same thing that happened when I was doing the social media for Owens and Hull, because
yeah,
I took every picture, posted everything. Now the key thing is if you go look at my like just Secret Pint barbecue right now, there's like a big gap for 2 years because I did collaboration posts where Owens and Hull, now Owens and Co, was the the account that started it. So they went through and removed me. So there's about 200 posts that I made that have maybe 50 something sausages over the last 2 years that just don't show up. So if you
yeah.
don't know what you're looking for, I totally understand why like you would like you don't know like everything under Secret Pine is we. Everything under Owens and Hull is we. Like I didn't take credit for anything, and like a lot of the snap videos I did were like my friend Thomas who was helping with pop-ups, Tyler Hodge when he came down, Chandler did a sausage pop video, Tyler
Mhm.
Heath did a sausage pop video. I almost never did a sausage pop video, so like there's no personality to put behind Secret Pint to like assign someone on the list. That's how I understand it. Like in terms of like the way. Do I think I should have been on it? Probably.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I legit would have voted for you, and I do believe so. I tell people all the time. I Before I met Brian, I was running the game on your cheddar links and Italian sausage. Those were my two get downs. I'd move those bad boys left and right all the time in my pop ups. Then I had one of Brian's. I was like, well, I'm never making another one again. This is stupid. Dead serious. Dead serious. I was like, and I was crushing it. And I was like, no, I'm not this good, and honestly, sausages might get down to try to top them. So I'm
Mhm.
going to respectfully bow the fuck out. And it is great. And it's we were Dylan and I were talking about you this
Dylan of
weekend.
Fort Grove. Dylan of Fort
Yeah,
Grove.
shout out to Fork Grove, not Fork and Grove. It's Fork Grove.
Fort Grove.
Someone made a sign,
Yeah.
not at Florence, but someone made a sign at an event was going to call it Fork and. I was like, that's not who you are.
Yeah.
But we were singing your praises, and he's just like, he was in his literal words like, I am in awe of how Brian's brain works for this. So he said, I felt like I was talking to a scientist about all of this stuff. Like he doesn't understand. I was like, hey man, that's my guy. He's
Got to be.
great at it.
Yeah.
And then we just went on to crack, jokes that we can't repeat here on the pod. Not
Yeah.
about you, just in life in general, but it was, yeah, you've got it. And forever and a day, I've always said, I'll put money up for you against anybody for the get down on links. And
Mhm.
we'd make the money be a donation to a charity. I don't want anyone walking out with fat stack and heavy pockets because of me. But I would happily do a links of legend, not sausage. God, come on, guys. You guys could have did better than all that. I know you guys could have came up with something better than Gods of Sausage.
Oh
But
yeah.
we're not going to kick a dead horse or cook a
Well, yeah, like, but like,
goddamn.
I'm not like upset. Like, I jokingly was like, okay, cool. Like, but if you go look at just like the social media thing, I didn't put myself out there. I have no
Yeah,
personality on my social media. You're the one. Like, I didn't want to be in front of the camera in the first place.
yeah.
Like,
People don't know that. Like for almost the first year of having Brian as a co-host, he did not want to be on camera. I'm like, Brian, people think I make you up. They hear your voice, but they don't see you.
yeah,
I've gone to events where people are like, is he real? I'm like, who do you think I'm talking to?
He's an
I,
imaginary
I, I was,
friend.
I was early. I was Sora before it became
People
shit.
do listen Yeah.
I was Sora
Yeah.
before Disney backed out.
No, that's what it is, man. And I ta- I think the fellas, I hope you're listening. If you're going to make criteria, stick to the criteria because there was a lot of ebbs and flows in that list of like it's only this and two people in. Okay, it's this. Like, all right,
No, I think that's fun. Like
yeah,
having a list where you can kind of break the rules. Like I honestly agree with almost everything on that
break the
list.
rules. We are not rule breakers here, Brian. Strict in order, 10-2.
Listen,
Or if you're down under, I don't know what the 10-2 is. Is it like
it's
four
like
and seven or
It's
I'm
something?
about
two
to say
it's 2 and 10. It's just upside
Okay.
down.
it's like 4 7:30.
Oh
it's,
no, no,
it's
sorry.
half past. Half
It's
past.
it's 8-3 or
Eight and
eight and
three.
four.
Oh,
Yeah, eight and
eight and
four.
four.
8-4.
All right.
There you go.
Um, but no, I touched on it a little bit. Um, was in Florence, South Carolina, like I said, with Rodney. Shout out to Rodney. Shout out to Elliot Moss. Shout out to Caleb, his whole crew over there. If you guys have not been to Elliot's new spot, man, that's a beautiful location and so much history. And I'm not going to tell you about it right now because I got a project in the works that's going to tell you all about it. But it's an amazing location. The staff is so friendly and welcoming. I think they were also scared because a giant black guy just popped up out the back out of nowhere and they didn't really know what
You
to
can't be
do.
doing that.
Yeah, hey, fish got to swim. Um, but it was a great time. We served some beautiful spiced smoked curry lamb from Freedom Run Farms. Thank you, Val, for that. It was just such a great event. Very it's a smaller event. Like I think the cap capacity of everyone that came was about 850 to 900, which you
Mhm.
guys know for me is not a lot of people at all, but it was still a beautiful time. And only a monicum of racism, considering we're in South Carolina. You can't dodge it.
Yeah,
It's salt. It's everywhere. Racism is like salt in the South. It's sprinkled all throughout. You're gonna brush up against it every now and then.
it's
Um,
all over the place.
but I want to talk about one particular encounter I had.
Uh-oh.
Uh, well, technically two encounters in the same like 30-minute span.
Okay.
There's a now you guys may not know if you've never watched our ugly mugs on YouTube. I don't blame you. I don't like looking at these guys either. But if you haven't seen what we look like, I have locks, not dreads, locks. Um, and people do get fascinated by it, right? Most times than not, one of the first questions I get asked is, how long did it take for you to grow these? I tell them it's about 8 and change. But I usually joke and say, no, it's just a mop. I had it installed in Atlanta. Let me give you my stylist's thing. But after that, I answer truthfully. Now, I cannot tell you the last time I had this happen, but I had one older gentleman. He was about 82, if I'm not mistaken. And he didn't touch. He just asked. He's like, hey, I'm just fascinated. He's like, and he was so respectful. Like, hey, I don't, I don't know how this is going to come out or off. And I promise you, I don't mean any disrespect, but how do you get your hair like that? Like, how long does that work? Like, that just seems very fascinating to me. And I could tell he was genuine. I was like, oh yeah, man. That's just how it was. I grew it. He asked like, why do you do it? I said, I'm actually Jamaican. My biologic father was a Rasta, so it is actually a cultural thing. I don't
Well,
practice everything as a Rastafarian, just certain elements of it. And give him a rundown, showing him my work, blah, blah, blah. Good time. Bought me a drink, went on his way. Great conversation, great interaction. And he was white. So white people, that's how you do it. Ask genuine questions, inquire, have some, be intrigued, but be respectful.
absolutely.
Then I had this old bitch, just old, and I don't call many women that ever in life, but I'm gonna run this raggedy bitch down today. Then I had this old heifer, sidle me, another Seinfeld reference. This old batty ass bitch decided to pull on my hair, and I turned around
Really,
with
she just
quickness
came out the.
out the motherfucking woodwork, homie, and came out just like, and I'm turned. And I'm talking to Rodney, and I just feel my head go back. I'm like, what the hell? I thought I caught it on something, which does happen, but that's
Right.
why I did like this.
Yeah.
And my head jerked, and I look, and she's like, "Oh, I just wanted to see if it was attached." The strength, the
What?
strength, the
What?
strength. I don't think y'all understand what it's like being a black man, because I sure as hell don't understand what it's like being a white man. But the shit looks like it's on skates. Because if you broke and white, you messed up. Because y'all had a fucking long head start. But I digress.
Drugs.
She grabs it and goes
Drugs.
to say, "Oh, I wanted to see if it was attached," and I was like, yeah, can you not do that? And Rodney sees it and he gives me the look. And I love black people because we can talk. He's like, she doing the South, dude, don't respond,
Mhm.
They still hang motherfuckers around this. And apparently we hang ourselves and commit suicide. That's what it is. And he shot me a look. He's like, cool, cool, cool. I was like, yeah, it's attached. Please don't do that. Respectfully. Raggedy bitch did it again.
Oh.
What?
Raggedy bitch did it back to back. I was like, is this Drake? Are we doing back to backs now? What do we got going? And I turned to her and I said, I could have sworn I just told you not to do that. And she's like, oh, I was, she had a few. Oh, I was just playing. I was like, cool. Let me play with your titty.
Why'd you ask?
What? Let me. You see exactly right. Like, and
I just wanted to
people
see
over
if
here
it was
freaking out
attached.
because if I ran off and hit that Will Smith scene in Wild Wild West and started playing with a baby on her titties, I'd be the bad guy. That's sexual
Oh.
assault. They're gonna have me strung up before the night's over with, and then write an article the next day saying I hung myself because I was oppressed. This is what I like to call racial hypocrisy, right? My
That's
space
crazy.
can be invaded and personally violated by one of the opposite race, but if I repeat the exact same actions, my
Oh,
mama's
you
going
going
to
to
have an open
jail?
casket just like Emmett Till's mama did because she's going to want to
You
live
going to jail?
forever. Exactly. So
Going
for
to
those
jail.
of y'all listen, don't touch black people's hair. White women, stop trying to touch black people's hair because one day I am just going to pull off and grab a titty. And ain't not a bit. I'm gonna grab that titty and shake it, give it a handshake, I'm gonna give it that dope ass 70s handshake too. I'm putting thumb on the nipple, everything. And I'm going to look you dead in the face and say, what? You touch me, I'm just touching you back. I was fascinated.
Listen,
I wanted to see how you could be so old and that nipple's all the way down to the belly button like that. That's just amazing. You know,
wanted to see if they were attached. Yo, that's
just wanted to see if they were
crazy.
real. I know they weren't
First,
real because, but still,
that's crazy.
that's
First of
that's what
all,
happened. So that's my Monica Erasum. That is my message. I don't need an alter ego. I'm villain all the time. It's the Incredible Hulk in this bitch. I'm always angry. Don't touch black people's hair. Because one day somebody's going to grab your titty. That's the public broadcast message right there.
Honestly, just don't touch people's hair. Like it
Yeah,
should be that easy.
right. First of all, don't
don't
touch
touch people.
people. Keep your hands to yourself, right?
And then Rodney's telling me, and I'm like, and I gotta respect one brother, colleague, mentor, elder, love him, and he's explaining, and he's like, I know, but shit, I know, but gotta remember where we are. I get it. Because where we were, even though we were in Florence, we're in the South, we're in the nice part of Florence, 2 miles out, shit changes. I should have brought her ass 2 miles out. Brought her.
uh,
But when the raggedy bitch did it a second time, I got up because I knew some furniture was about to get moving. And I was in Florence for 4 days. I ain't seen a motherfucker that can put his hands on me that I wouldn't lay out. But you've
oh,
got these public presences and people will take advantage of that. So this is really what the message and the true story is, all jokes aside. Those of you who are
yeah.
entering into this space, make sure you realize that your space, your time, and whatever it is not your own, and that you cannot react like the normal person can, because it does come with, though justifiable at times, various levels of consequences. In that manner, one, I was raised to never lay hands on women, and I never would, because I could never look my mother and my grandmother in the eyes ever again. But when your space gets violated like that, you've got to leave the space before you react in a manner that's unbecoming of yourself. Because then you are just that hard R, because they gonna say it. Oh, and they gonna
Yeah.
say it with that hard R on the type thing. Sound like a DMX mixtape. But make sure you remove yourself before that happens.
Chris
That's what I say.
Rocket, don't Chris Rocket, don't Will
Yeah,
Smith it.
yeah. In a world full of Will Smiths, be Chris Rock, make a whole comedy special, or go on a rant on your own podcast and let them know that, because there's a very strong chance that raggedy bitch got a friend that listens, and I hope they tell them about themselves. I really do. And I'm gonna cut this clip out and put it so they do. Wait, was he talking about? Yes. You
Yes. He's talking about you.
lopsided, hide and go seek nipple ass motherfucker. Don't touch my shit. I put away. This is a lot of water, fish oils. I take care of mine.
Listen, I just, for one, the way that you described your head kind of being yanked back, that wasn't even just touching. That was a grab, and that's almost like assault. The way,
Yeah,
and then to do it twice, like there's, people are fascinated, right? And it's
yeah.
like, could I touch your hair? That kind of thing, and it's just like a
And I've had
touch,
kids
not
ask. While I was there, I had kids ask. And I was like,
yeah,
yeah, of course. Of
yeah,
course, because you're
yeah.
intrigued. You're
Get a
genuinely
hold of it.
intrigued.
Yeah,
Yeah. But
you know. Blending these stories together with the first gentleman that you talked to versus the woman that you talked to, it's incredible because I used to run across people like that all the time. And I tell people, like, if I am the, first black person you've met or had a chance to talk to, your ass is in for a treat. You can ask me anything. We gonna sit down. We gonna kick it. I did
yeah,
the same thing up in Blue Ridge a couple of years back. A woman just got out of jail for stealing a pig. Want to know about black people. I sat down and we talked for like 3 hours, dog. And I gave her, yes, chicken and watermelon. Love him. It just
absolutely.
just brought it down. But it was a respectful conversation out of curiosity and just gaining more knowledge. She wasn't being nasty about it. She was just curious. And I
Yeah,
sat down, we're gonna talk about it. And that's like the experience of the first gentleman. It's just like, hey, how'd you get your hair like that? I'm really curious. Let's have a conversation, have a drink. I'll be on my way. Now he's enlightened. The second person, ah, yeah, I don't know what to do about those people because they're not going to change. They just, like the world is, waiting on them hand and foot. Like it's just a level of privilege that I will never understand. You know,
yeah.
just
I'm telling
crazy.
you, I hear it's amazing to be white. I would have no idea, but Let me pull a Drewski for a day. I'm a wild the fuck
Uh,
out. I'm a wild out. Y'all can't tell me nothing. Boy, let me stop before I spend some of this petty money and do it.
Brian, you don't count.
Oh,
You know all gingers are black now,
yeah,
so
you got to
Yeah.
be.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Good try being silent, Darius.
yeah.
What did I do?
Now
Yes.
we've got Darius part two because now you can go in on that other section.
Ooh, let's
Ooh,
have
I
it. Part two.
All
can't wait
right.
for this one.
Let's do the nuance version. All right. Hold on.
You had to crack up.
uh, Lewis Barbecue just opened in Atlanta.
Yep.
And Atlanta Magazine, I don't know why. I I want to hope that it was just like a misquote because I've been misquoted. It sounds like way worse than what I actually said. Like, but Lewis Barbecue, John Lewis was asked, have you been to some of the Atlanta establishments?
Nah,
And,
Darius, we ain't doing some. He asks, have you been to DOS and have you been to Fox Brothers?
yeah, and he uh, he said, you know,
I got it
tried them
right here. I'm
numerous
pulling it.
times, and then threw shade at the Fox brothers and got it wrong. They're not from Dallas. He said they're basically from Oklahoma. They're born in San Antonio and raised in Fort Worth, and Fort Worth has a really good barbecue scene now, by the way. But Fox brothers went and took a class from some of the best pitmasters in in Texas in the world. You know, and they asked did he like the food, and his response was he deflected, and said, "I opened a restaurant here, so there you go."
Mm. And the
Ooh.
exact quote, I tried them numerous times, he said. The Fox brothers are from Dallas, which is what I would call Southern Oklahoma. Did he like the food? Question mark. He deflected the question. I opened a restaurant here, so there you go. Boy.
All right, so the
That's
nuance.
crazy talk for someone who's got shit food. I'm gonna let you know what it is right now. We've been by there 3 times. 2 out of 3 not been bangers. 2 out of 3. I really want to ask for my money back. The first time round, shit looked like shoe leather. I'll let it slide. It's the grand opening. You got a team to do. Second time, you should have fired your cutter on station 4. That man's gonna cost you far more money than you even realize. But again, I'm trying to show some decorum because the barbecue community doesn't need to catch more hands like Allstate. We need more unity. But what you're
Yep.
not gonna do is come into my backyard and knock out 2 of the cats thinking that you got it better when your shit is not that great, my friend. It's not.
Look,
Hop on threads or social media. People are dragging your ass like Big Booty does that. I'm warning you, okay? It is a rough time in these streets, and Darius ain't quite Darius enough, so I must step in for him.
well, I mean, I'd like you want me to finish? like,
Go
I mean,
ahead.
like, I'll be honest.
Shit.
Like one tray I had looked good the first time,
Mhm.
and like the turkey was fine. The rib was shit. It was burnt. The
Yeah.
brisket was fine. The sausage was great. The green chili corn pudding was great.
I, ooh.
The second time we went, beef ribs burnt to hell. Ribs burnt again. Like literally, the glaze was bitter. The brisket. Look, there is a technique they use that also probably the same. Like you're gonna get the same flavor profile, kind of at Franklin's, even though they don't like. There's a bitter note at the end that is either from throwing beef fat on the fire or spraying with Worcestershire. It's not something I prefer, but it's there. It's a preference.
Yep.
Cool, but it was overcooked, not great. The experience on the cutting board that time wasn't great. Literally, the only thing good that we had was the green chili corn pudding, the mac and cheese, and the sausage. The rest of the
Yeah.
meats were bad. When we went was the best, probably the best overall experience I had.
Yeah.
The turkey was
No
good.
sentiments.
Now they cut it in the wrong order, but that was a nuance thing. They weren't like they were leaving brisket out without flipping it over, and like it was oxidizing. There's like these little nuance things that we're gonna like as guys in the industry we're gonna like kind
Pick
of
up on.
critique.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: is like John Lewis has way more experience than me, and then like if we did a head to head, he would like, and he actually gave a shit. He would cook me under the table, like no questions asked.
Nah.
When you get a lot of restaurants now, he's starting his fourth Lewis Barbecue, which is gonna open in Raleigh. When you get to that scale, You just kind of create techniques and standards and you keep them all the same. You don't really evolve. Lewis Barbecue, when I had it back in 2017, 2018, when they first opened in Charleston, like not that long after, blew my mind. As I had other barbecue from people who learned under John Lewis, my mind changed. I had better barbecue from 2M. SO worked at La Barbecue under John Lewis. I learned from Dylan Taylor, worked under John Mueller like worked under John Lewis at La Barbecue. Um, like the style of brisket I cook has a lot to do because of the influence of John Lewis. John Lewis is probably like we joked about when that one list like the 100 like top 100 or 75, was it 75 pitmasters, top 75 or whatever on under
No,
It was a
season.
high number,
top
yeah.
100,
Yeah,
yeah, top 150 or something, yeah.
yeah, but then like 151 or whatever was John Lewis. Just
Yeah.
and it wasn't mentioned. John Lewis has had a huge impact and influence. As much as like everybody knows Franklin, John Lewis is pretty much there, like in the like of those who know about the influence and everything. Like Austin Smokeworks was around before Moberg, and Moberg basically just copied the design. If everybody loved the Moberg smoker, it was an Austin Smokeworks smoker first. Like
Yeah.
that's kind of like the truth.
Marketing will do that to you.
Yeah. I mean, and also saying, hey, I'm only going to build for pits for people that like kind of pass my test, and not building pits for everybody.
Yeah. Also shoot yourself in the foot.
Yeah, but I mean, John Lewis used to like John used to get on like internet forums and share everything. Like the half mustard, half pickle brine binder, that's a John Lewis thing. I mean, I don't know if it's John Lewis or Aaron Franklin, because they like John Lewis was really the first pitmaster working hand in hand with Aaron Franklin. Like a lot of the stuff they came up with, like was in unison, and then they branched off. John Lewis left Texas to go open a thing in Charleston because he thought the market was oversaturated. Rashid would say because he didn't want that smoke and he didn't think he could compete. Look, John Lewis is like 10 times the pitmaster and has 10 times the knowledge that I have. I will say that when the United States Texas Monthly Barbecue list came out, I got number 3, and he was only in the top 50. So fuck you.
Hey, there's the Darius.
Yeah.
And why I say that is because just don't be a dick, man. Like,
Yeah.
The reason that you can come in and start serving brisket in Atlanta is because Fox Brothers paved the way. Atlanta was not a brisket town. Fox Brothers has been around since they opened in 2007. They've been serving brisket for almost 20 years. The reason why it's a brisket market is because of Fox Brothers and Doss. Like, Doss came way after Fox Brothers, but they also did a Texas style thing and made it so that you could come in and people have a taste for Texas barbecue.
Yeah.
And like once you get up to a like where you have multiple locations, like you're not in there every day, you're not constantly evolving, you're not pushing because you have to have train employees to try and replicate something at the same time every time. And the fact that Lewis does it at the scale they do it is incredible. Because like just doing like a small restaurant for how long I did it or whatever, it's insane to try and keep up standards over and over and over again, especially when you're cooking the amount of brisket that these places do, especially with like Lewis. I mean, so like a friend of ours went the other day. He said they were out of brisket by 1:30 and out of pulled pork by 2. Now, that's because they were out of their lunch thing, because they run those pitch 24/7, and they have a lunch batch and they have a dinner batch. They evolved and constantly rotated to make sure they have proteins that are fresher for their later services just as much as they are for lunch service. The nuance is like, yeah, I'm throwing shade. I staged at Lewis for a couple of days and tried to get a job there. I mean, like they said that they didn't think I could cut it.
Well,
yeah, I mean, but again, that guy could cook circles around me if he wanted to. The thing is, he's running very successful restaurants and doesn't want to. Just don't throw shit at other people.
Right.
Very true. Very true. No crabs in the barrel, no monkey pits. Leave the shell on the floor. But since you slung it, brother, we gonna sling it back. Because what I'm gonna do something, and I want to tell you what I'm gonna do, but Brian is going to tell me not to. Darius would agree with me. I know James is going to be like, let that flag fly, baby. So I'm sorry, Brian. You're outvoted 3-1 on this one. So I'm going to do it and then post it later because boy, howdy, did it just come across my mind. And I was like, I think I got it. Don't worry. But you can't do that. You can. Some cats do it, but our market is way too small for those not so subtle shade throws and shit talk. There's a media training where you can be and say to that answer, it's like, hey, did you have their food? And he'd be like, you know what? They've been around here. They're pioneers in the Atlanta scene, and I'm beyond happy that they welcomed me here.
Yeah, you
Which
know,
Because they did welcome them.
yeah, which they did with
Yeah,
open
tell
arms.
them. Tell
yeah.
them.
I
They
mean,
sent them.
I'm not like that's their story to tell.
Yeah. Maybe we need to get the Foxes
Oh,
on here.
no, they're too nice and they won't say anything.
Oh,
No, I
oh,
mean, like
Brian.
honestly, no,
Brian,
seriously,
I've slowly corrupted you over the years. I could get it
Yep.
out of them too.
You put a little Darius in him.
no. Like, I mean, like the first thing that when I left Owens and Hull and everything, they reached out and was like, "What can we do for you?" Like
Yeah,
those are the people that the
Yeah,
Fox brothers are.
yeah.
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 In a world
'Cause-
of Lewis's, be the Fox brothers.
yeah, you
Because
know.
it is crazy because when you've had the food and none of the experiences live up to the name, you were just like, wow, that's a rough spot.
Mhm.
It's like how much, in my mind as a consumer, how much money do I have to spend before it actually gets good? Because I ain't coming to your
Right.
spot to enjoy mac and cheese and links, my guy. But that's just what it is. But if we do like
And
the public review, oh, you're a hater, blah blah blah. You know what? I save my reviews for the platforms I control. Y'all can't tell me shit on my own podcast. I'm paying for it. And if you think we're throwing smoke and you don't think it was what it was, we have we literally recorded that, and we were going to put it out, but the food wasn't good enough for us to put out. We were going to put the episode out, but I was watching the footage and I'm like, this really isn't good enough for us to show people. Like this would be, and once again, John, when you want to throw shade at people, be mindful that there are people protecting you that you don't even know about. Because we had the
yep,
footage of the shitty food, the bad cutting, the what the hell is this, and we didn't drop it because you just got to town. What would that look
yep,
like? That'd be bad. We're trying to keep you here. We're trying to make sure it grows. But in order for that, you've got to show the same level of decorum to your peers. Because we could
yeah.
easily have posted those what were supposed to be ribs. I don't know what the hell, how.
No. Ours were
See,
actually good ribs. No,
No,
you're
from
talking.
my first set. From my first set, they weren't
Oh,
good
okay,
ribs.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, no. The picture of the beef ribs that you just said. I don't know
yeah.
why you didn't take those back.
I would have been like, "There's no way I'm paying for this." Shit, I was like, "Did you get jerky?" It's like, "What is that?" It's like, "No, they're beef ribs." It's like, "Those aren't beef ribs." I don't know what they
that's
gave you. Those aren't beef ribs. But
that's crazy to
yeah,
have that level of that style of food and still talking trash. That's just
that's crazy. Like that's
it is
wild.
crazy.
You throwing shade in your food. You serving food like this. That's
And you
crazy.
just got here.
It's crazy.
And you just got here. Like
But that's that pay to
be a
play
part of the
with Atlanta
community, you
Mag.
know.
That's that pay to play. Them gassed up. You brought a bunch of influencers that your folks and your PR teams knew and got them patted and let them write nothing but good things after your PR lead. Checked it all. No, let some of that truth fly out.
Mm-hmm.
Shit get real quick, real quick.
Right.
Hey, I ain't Keith Lee. I'm not that nice. All right, but I'll still come around and expose some shit. All right,
Uh-huh.
calm yourself. Take the bass out your voice.
I
Yeah.
don't even know what you're gonna clip out and make me post on social media from this one.
Don't worry about it,
Don't you
Darius.
worry.
It's gonna be all right.
Allstate, baby, you're in good hands.
That's right.
uh, I know we got a little bit more to carry on, but we'll carry that over to next week when I can get us all back in studio. Fellas,
Okay.
let's wrap it. What are you guys got coming up? Tell the fine folks what, how, and where they can find you if it's going down.
James, you
Wait,
go
Brian.
first. Oh
Oh,
wait.
well. No, I just last weekend wrapped up a last weekend charity event for one of the local schools here,
Nice.
and got them some barbecue plates on raffle, and
Hey.
got made a lot of money. So that was fun. And then now in the next, nothing's happening this week, but the following week, I'm opening up a supper club with one of the cafes here in the area where we're going to do some takeout orders. We're going to try to test out some different concepts and get the word out there, get some folks out there. And he owns a cafe that is gelato and wines
Is
and
this the
beers
same
and things like
spot that
that.
I came by?
Yeah, same spot.
Oh
Same
heck
spot,
yeah!
Johns Creek Cafe.
Oh,
So
I'm a slide through and support.
yeah, so we're gonna line up some things and just give it a test run. I've had a
Yeah,
lot of people asking for meats and things, and so we're gonna kick off with a little supper club and see how that rolls. So
I love
that's
that.
in 2 weeks. So we'll have more information to come.
Love that. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
What about you,
a little
B?
something.
Every Saturday, Misfits Barbecue down at Round Trip Brewing. Uh, I don't know when this is dropping, but it's either
Tomorrow
tonight.
morning, 5 a.m.
Oh, so tonight. So tonight, April 1st. It's not a April Fool's. We're at Manuel Spirits in Chambly. We're doing that kind of like the first Wednesday of every month for right now.
Okay.
Okay.
If this one goes well, we'll do it again in May. And then we're kind of doing every other Thursday at Bellwood's Coffee. The next one it's gonna be 3 weeks from now because the next one falls on spring break, and you got to be smart about when you do services when you're doing
Yeah.
only a few a week. But yeah, we're just out there doing stuff, and then I'm being forced to talk shit. I'm being,
Forced,
You are not being forced.
forced, brother.
You are
I
being
don't like
you are
that.
being liberated.
You are,
liberated.
brother. Just like the rest of us, we are cutting your chains.
That's right.
Look,
What do I got
Now
cooking?
come on and run for your freedoms.
yeah. What do you got, Rasheed?
I
Yeah,
am.
we got Rashid.
I'm balancing around. I got a few trips to take, but then the next set of public things. We'll be out in Texas for. We're going to be doing coverage for the Syndicate Smoke Down. So if you guys are listening, that was yesterday's episode that aired. We spoke with Andy Eldridge, one of the main directors for putting that phenomenal event together. So go listen to that. We've got so many more bits coming from that. So we had the Syndicate Smoke Down. Then literally on a flight back and right back out, going to go back for the Lone Star Smoke Out. That's happening. Come catch your boy. I'm cooking up some amazing open fire lamb in the VIP section. Come through. We're gonna be a lot of great time rolling smoke with Pops, Mike, Matt, the whole crew from Eminem. Some really great guys. I believe Zavala's is no. I don't remember the rest of the lineup, but it's gonna be tasty. Come through. Then it's the Rocky Mountain Barbecue Festival, first of its kind in Grand Junction, Colorado.
Nice.
Then Utah for a split second. Then before you know it, you blink and it's here. It's Memphis in May, baby, where you'll catch us, reporting from the ground live, talking to your faves. And this whole year is moving and grooving, man. It's very, very blessed, but we've got so many fun things coming for you listeners here very, very soon. Once I get the space finished and I can get us back together. Um, but very, very much excited for what the rest of 26 has to offer. I'm looking forward to eating a lot of delicious cute,
Nice.
a lot of
Oh,
fun talking to you.
I know I didn't mention it, but shout outs to the Smokeless podcast. They did
Yeah.
like a 3-part series on interviewing people about the rising beef costs, various peoples through different parts of the industry and why it's happening.
Yeah.
So you'll get like a couple different takes on there. Some of
Yeah.
them don't really understand how the barbecue side of it works, but that's fine. Not the smokeless guys, not the hosts of the show. It's the
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
have on. Yeah, but yeah, shout out to them. And yeah, and go listen to the Sausage Gods episode, Gods of Sausage
Yeah.
episode by the
Nice.
Underseason. Got a lot of good friends up on that list, and it's a really good list.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we're don't worry. We're gonna have our legendary links or lords of the link. There's so many various alliteration ways we could go with it, but we're gonna have some fun. And this, just so you guys know, this is just a little tit for tat. We love the guys over there. They love us. We've had great conversations and support one another. So go check out the Under Season Barbecue podcast show. They do such amazing stuff out there. But this has been This Week in Barbecue, the Barbecue Focus podcast with hot news and hot takes. I've been your host, Rasheed Phillips, and To my left is Darius, aka Mr.
Bryan Hull. Uh, I mean, no, man. Like, here, I just need to whatever persona that Denzel Curry does when he makes metal music. That's my persona.
That's what you got to get into, that framework. And
Whatever it is, we're gonna get you a name belt buckle.
I'm gonna get you a
Jesus.
throwback. I'm gonna get you a throwback 2000s jersey with your name on the back, oversized.
Yeah, there we go.
And soon coming back to the circuit, Big Sexy himself, Mister.
James Welch.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. If you could please do us a favor, if you're still stuck around, see that little thing there? Give us 6 stars. You don't see 6, we'll take 5. Like, share, comment. We really like to know what you guys think about this gift of gab we like to believe we have. But until then, be kind to one another. The world needs it. Take care.
Peace.